Hello, hello. It is Lucky Throwback Thursday, the 13th of January, 2022. Steve Cypress here. Started the video and almost forgot to pick up the subject of the video. My beautiful wife, Michelle, don't know where she found it, where she was, but she brought this into my office today. It is a framed photo from our honeymoon in St. Lucia. We were snorkeling and picked up some coral or whatever that was, and man, we had some fun memories and laughs and over that snorkeling and all kinds of stuff we did there. 2 weeks in St. Lucia. Not really a business lesson here, but I'll tell you what I loved was my beautiful wife Michelle had never been to a third world country, and I highly recommend it to everybody, especially Americans here in America. If you're lucky enough to be born here in America, it's a great way to realize what you got. St. Lucia, I remember the fields upon fields upon fields of bananas and the banana pickers and all that, where we were staying way up on a top of a cliff with a fantastic view of the bay and the ocean below. And yet the place we were staying had a housekeeper, and more than a housekeeper. She would come in and she'd cook and clean, and she'd be joyfully singing hymns all day long, and then she would walk all the way back down the hill and take the bus. And one day I was like, honey, I forget her name, but let's drive her home. And we drove home as we went from where we were in some luxury homes and right around the bay and some really nice places. And then we drove to where she lived, where the non-tourists live, the islanders. And yeah, shocking difference, right? My beautiful wife Michelle especially was in shock. We drove down a dirt road, turned on a dirt road at one point, and we went through row after row after row of homes that were really simply corrugated tin roofed homes, really just little boxes of wood and tin. And yet, as we drove down to her specific place, the kids were laughing and screaming and playing soccer in the field. People were out there having fun and smiling at the end of the day. And I had to remember our housekeeper herself. She had been always joyful, always happy, biggest smile in the world, singing hymns all day long, praising God, loving the world. And here she was living in a corrugated tin shack. And I think she was getting paid about maybe $10 or $20 a day, and it really makes you think. It makes you conscious and thankful for what you have, and not complaining about, oh, the price of gas is up $1 and the price of bacon is up or whatever, and this and the inflation. Sure, we're at a 40-year high of inflation, and sure, there's all kinds of problems, and the crime is at record high. The country's a mess here in the U.S., but it's not that much of a mess, right? So great way to be thankful. Hopefully you get a chance to to travel to a third world country. And when you do, get out from the tourist area and get out into where the people are and see how people live differently than they live in the U.S., where everyone, pretty much certainly where I am has, beautiful homes and swimming pools and 500 channels of TV full of anything you want to watch, and multiple big screen TVs, and refrigerator just packed full of all the food you could possibly want to eat, and on and on and on, and a shelter from the elements. A storm hits that island and devastation. Just the daily lives of those people in the U.S., they would be looked at as you would think they'd be the most miserable people. I mean, people in the U.S. are more miserable, much more miserable than they are, having 1,000 times the possessions, the opportunity that these people have, and yet the joy that they had, I will never forget. So thanks to my beautiful wife Rochelle for that reminder of our honeymoon 19 years and about a month and a half ago, at the end of November 2003 in sunny St. Lucia in the Caribbean. And no, I did not have hair back then, but I did have a snorkel mask on my head. That'll do it for Throwback Thursday. I'll be back again here tomorrow with you on Foundation Friday. Enjoy your evening. Catch you tomorrow. Over and out. Bye-bye.